Hi, I'm Wayde Kirvida with CustomFIRE, and behind me is a truck recently built for Biron, Wisconsin. This truck features a 1250 single-stage Waterous fire pump, a 750 poly tank. It's built on a MetroStar MFD with a 10-inch raised roof. This truck is 33 feet 9 inches long and weighs 36,000 pounds with water. We like the design of this truck because it balances simplicity with functionality. We have a medium 4-door cab with a 10-inch raised roof, which is quite spacious inside for 6. The apparatus body is kind of that rescue pumper style, but it's not an expensive design. You have a fairly basic pump module with a nice compact panel and stacked speedlays covered up by roll-up door. These doors are non-painted, so they're saving some expense there and avoiding the inevitable scratch or abrasion marks over time. One thing that I want to point out, which you may have noticed, is that the stacked speedlays are actually located to the rear of the pump panel. We've done that numerous times in the past on enclosed top mount pumpers and top mount pumpers, and we really haven't done it many times on side mount pumpers. The reason we did it here is for the ease of access to the fire pump. When the cab is tilted, there's a large door on the front of the pump module, and that provides excellent access for service and maintenance. The trays pull out on poly trays, and they're raised up so we can fit a driver air pack down below, but they're also clearing the top of the rear suction and the tank to pump, which is obviously behind the fire pump. And then on the apparatus body, we have full depth compartmentation and obviously full height ahead of and behind the rear axle. All the compartments have LED strip lighting. All the compartments have adjustable shelf tracks. And there's a whole variety of swing out tool boards, pull out trays, and adjustable shelving on this truck. With the swing out tool board out, you can see behind that there's a fair amount of depth behind it usable, and we can mount equipment on both sides of this tool board. In the wheel well, we have our fuel fill, but we also have a couple air pack bottles, and then ahead we have 2 more air pack bottles and a fire extinguisher. And in the rear we have an open bin with absorbent material, a fan, a little giant, which is increasingly popular on trucks, and then a variety of shelving and pull-out trays. The customer was going for a very clean and simplistic design on this truck, and with a lot of functionality, and that's evident on the back of the truck here. So we have a very large stainless steel swing-out drop-down ladder. Again, you see these on most of the trucks we build, and they just provide excellent access to the hose bed and the top of the apparatus body. Very safe, and this one is quite spacious given how wide it is. In the back of the body, you'll see that the ladders and the suction hose are extremely low. We have a rear intake as well. So we have 2 10-foot hard hoses with their strainer, and then the rear intake, and then the ladders are also notched under the T of the tank. So the tank is extremely narrow and then widens out. It's like an upside down wedding cake, if you will, but we're occupying all the available space with inside the body, under the hose bed, between the door bundles, and between the slide-in ladders and suction hose. Now you can see how nice and accessible these ladders are. They're about 42 inches off the ground. Extremely easy to deploy and store. Looking at this truck completed with most of the equipment installed brought back memories of working with this customer through the initial spec, the purchase, and then the pre-build. They were very attentive to the equipment and the layout of the truck. They took their build prints and sketched in all the equipment, or at least noted where they wanted everything. They even did that right down to the graphics and the stripes, and that was extremely informative and helpful to us because it allowed us to really allocate their allowance for the shelving and the trays and the tool boards and the various equipment mounts. And I think you'll agree that the truck is pretty well laid out here. We have a variety of dividers, pull-out tool boards, pull-out trays, swing-out tool boards, and then on this truck, which is kind of unique, they carry their wheel chocks on the officer side of the truck. And they're in that rhino-lined compartment there. And then up ahead they have more extinguishers and air pack bottles. The pump module, again, you'll see, of course, the speedlays are behind the pump. And then we have a fairly low opening for inspection and service, and then The recessed area down below is a removable panel when you pull the fittings off. So all in all, excellent access to the fire pump. You can service the Waterous full-bodied pump from below, a large opening in the front, and then access from both sides. All of us at CustomFIRE really appreciate the time you take to watch our videos. If you're in the market for a new pumper, rescue, or tanker, we'd love to hear from you. I'm Wayde Kirvida from CustomFIRE. You can find us at CustomFIRE.com and on Facebook. Thanks for watching. Trying to think of what I need to say. Am I still in the frame? Am I in the frame, do you think? Or where do you think I should stand? Should I talk to the camera? Oh, shit. Let's try that again. Is that better?